Remarkable record of the wrecks which lie beneath the North Sea. A diver from Scarborough is trying to film them all before they disappear for good.
Dirty British coaster with a salt-caked smokestack, butting through the channel in the mad March days, with a cargo of Tyne coal, road rail, pig lead, firewood, ironware and cheap tin trays.
For generations of mariners, the North Sea has been a graveyard. Thousands of ships lost forever beneath its waves. But Gordon Wadsworth from Scarborough shares their secrets. A veteran diver, he's using an underwater video camera to bring back to the surface a lost chapter in Britain's maritime history.
The fact that there's something on the seabed that I don't know what it is seems to drive me to find out. You feel as if you're the first person there, and you often are, ever since it was first lost. Your imagination can often lead into thinking how majestic these things were before they went down. About 32 metres there. It's off further port.
Outside my area.
Gordon and fellow diver Arthur Godfrey have spent 20 years finding and exploring the East Coast's lost ships. Relics decorate his home. A Victorian captain's loo, a light which last shone out as a Danish coaster slipped beneath the waves.
These wrecks have now been down there for over 70 years, and they really are disintegrating. I can tell people about wrecks I saw years ago, and when they go on them these days, they're nothing like they were. And this is an accelerating phenomenon. In another 20 years, there's going to be very little down there. And I like to think that I've done my bit in filming them and preserving them images for future prosperity, because after all, it's history that we're not appreciating.
The transatlantic liner Pilsudski was the pride of Poland in the 1930s. Her owners claimed she was among the safest ships afloat. At 15,000 tons, she had cabins for 700 wealthy passengers. But in September 1939, off the Humber estuary, the Pilsudski went down.
She was actually on her way to Australia from the Tyne when she hit a magnetic mine, dropped by an aircraft in 1939, and she blew up and sank. The wreck is there on the seabed, and it makes a very impressive sight. Although parts of it are flattened, the bows are still intact, and they stick up a long way.
Only a brave few may be able to see them, but the government's now trying to help catalogue and preserve the relics rapidly rusting away on the seabed off the east coast. The Royal Commission on Historic Monuments is enlisting the help of amateur divers like Gordon to save our maritime heritage for future generations.
I would say that amateurs have a very important role to play in non-disturbance monitoring of shipwreck material, and I'm certainly very pleased to see any local initiatives taking place.
The U-boats of the Kaiser's Imperial Navy were the scourge of the North Sea during the First World War. Among the most successful was the UC-75. But one day in May 1918, she surfaced near HMS Fairy. The captain of the British destroyer rammed her, also sinking his own ship. "75 years on, the UC-75's gun points towards the surface 70 feet above. Her conning tower hatch opened just as her crew left it. For nearly 3/4 of a century, she'd been officially listed as missing, until the day these pictures were taken, the engraving on her propeller confirming her identity.
Everybody knows about the Mary Rose and the wooden shipwrecks that have been salvaged and restored and are being preserved, and that's absolutely magnificent. But what's overlooked is that steel doesn't last like that. Steel underwater deteriorates, and before the end of the century, I reckon a lot of these wrecks that are out here will have vanished.
With thousands of ships still to film, it's a race against time Gordon Wadsworth will inevitably lose. But thanks to him, many more of us will be able to share in the seafaring history hidden beneath the waves off the east coast.
Well, that's all from Edit 5 for this week. Next Thursday, we'll have a film on how the bureaucrats of Brussels are getting down to basics by interfering with the food we eat and the water we drink. Until then, very good night to you.